It's a beautiful weather today. So sunny, so bright. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marilyn Akano, and if you're new here, I make lifestyle straight talking videos and pretty much anything that interests me, including food recipes, reviews, hauls. I also make crime stories, especially those ones I find pretty interesting. So, earlier in Oboda, what's happening in this country? What's happening in Nigeria? When do we change? Because our culture does not support subjugation or killing of women. I'm beginning to delve deep into the African culture, and I see a lot of cultural attributes geared towards women as empowering. However, we choose to highlight or take the ones that degrade our women, the ones that kill our women. Now listen to this. The police in Plateau has launched a manhunt for a man who allegedly brutally murdered his wife in the Jos area of the state. The suspect, identified as Samuel Matthew, allegedly attacked his 23-year-old wife, Mercy Samuel, at their residence in Vom Road on Saturday night, April 17, 2022. It was gathered that the mother of two was left with her abdomen ripped open and her intestines cut following the attack. The man ripped open her tummy, removed her intestine, and cut it before he disappeared with her phone, and she could not call for help. How do people where are the conscience of people these days? Where are the conscience of men these days? A woman you shared your body with, a woman you stayed in the same house, shared food with. You killed her, not just killing her. You just didn't want her to survive, to even make it. You cut open her tummy, took out her intestine, and not just taking out the intestine, you removed the intestine and cut it into pieces and took away her phone so she couldn't call for help. Is this what we have turned to? Is this what we have turned to in this country? So, the deceased woman's name is Ruth. Ruth moved out of her matrimonial home due to incessant beatings by her husband. But anytime she goes home, the husband comes to beg and she goes back to him. But the thing that led to her death was the husband gave her 500 naira to cook for a family of 4. She was pregnant with the 5th one. Now, to those who are not Nigerian, 500 naira is less than $1 currently. $1 currently is about 585 naira or 80 naira or so. But 500 naira is less than $1. And this was given to her to cook for a family of 4, probably including himself and her. And she protested that the money was not enough. So it beat her to death and covered her with a cloth and tried to run away. It was his daughter that raised an alarm before he was caught. I understand that the economy is hard. I understand that Nigeria currently is undergoing a thorough recession. The prices of things are skyrocketing, standards of living are getting, I understand the economy is bad. However, is it worth killing a human being? Is it worth killing someone who is with child for you? Now, what provocation? A lot of people will say, what did she do? What did she do? What will anybody do to warrant being killed. As far as I'm concerned, there is nothing anyone would do to you except maybe they are a threat to your life. Probably they are trying to kill you and you defend yourself. But in a matrimonial home, if you're tired of a woman, leave her or let her go. The other time, I made a video about a woman a gospel singer who was murdered by her husband. I'm beginning to think that this is my observation. I'm beginning to think that a lot of Nigerian men do not like Nigerian women because I'm always on social media. In my free time, I'm always on social media scouting for stories to bring here, to talk on YouTube. I'm always on social media, and when I go to sites where women are being treated unfairly, and there's a story of women being treated unfairly, I see a bunch of men. Well, what did she do to deserve her being killed? Or some people spewing things that are not supposed to be spewed. I have a suspicion that a lot of Nigerian men do not actually like women. They like men. Because this is beyond patriarchy. This is beyond, man on top. This is beyond gender war. This is now turned into hatred. The other day, a man, I made a video about a man who took a second wife, and the first wife obviously was not happy about it. But all a lot of Nigerian men could say was, it's allowed, polygamy is allowed. What is the problem? They couldn't see beyond their foolish, selfish ego. They couldn't see beyond their stupid ego. They couldn't even garner empathy for the first wife who did not consent to be treated that way, who did not agree to polygamy. Because I don't think a sane woman will marry a man. I mean, some women are into that. I'm not disputing the fact, but I don't think a woman who has agreed to marry a man under the promises that we are in this forever would welcome another woman with the argument of men are polygamous. Polygamy is not. Of course, polygamy is not frowned upon in my culture. However, a woman needs to consent to be part of it. She wasn't part of it. That's what a lot of men fail to see. But then everybody was like, oh, they were actually congratulating this woman for bringing in another woman without considering the feelings of the first wife. So which brings me to say, women, all these things you're seeing currently, they've been there from inception. You're just seeing it now because it's playing out before our eyes, and it's beginning to sink into our consciousness that men will always be men for themselves. Women, be women for yourselves. Think about yourself. My father always told me to always think about myself. And that's what women needs to do. Women needs to put themselves first. A woman gave her 6 years of dating, 17 years of marriage. And there was no respect. There was no courtesy. She had to find out that her husband took a second wife on social media, apparently. The man got married to this woman on Sunday, and she found out on Monday that he was actually married to another woman. And she found out that same Monday that he had a son with that same woman. A woman that's giving you 3 boys and a girl. And people are here coming to say polygamy. My culture is not a party of women's subjugation. My culture was never part of what is going on now. What is going on now is beyond wickedness. It's beyond gender war. It's pure hatred. And the more women begin to realize this, the more women begin to realize this, the more women will take a stand and take their rightful place in the society. And take their rightful place in society. I hope these women that are killed get justice. I hope they get justice. I hope the wicked beasts are put behind bars. People with no conscience. It's so sad. I'm not really happy making this video, but it's so sad what is happening. We need to change as a society. The government needs to come up and put in laws to protect our women, because currently what we see now, the woman is in danger. A woman is in more danger being married than being single. There is a huge amount of risk currently in marriages now. I keep boys by my. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the next time I post.